Let's dive into the world of Demon Slayer. We're in Japan's Taisho era, a time when humanity is definitely not at the top of the food chain. See, at night, these supernatural demons come out to hunt people. And these aren't your average monsters. They're incredibly powerful, they heal almost instantly, and some can even shapeshift. So who stands against them? A secret organization known as the Demon Slayer Corps.
And right there, that's the core conflict of the whole story. You've got these near-immortal monsters on one side, and on the other, the Demon Slayer Corps. They're a group the government doesn't even recognize, fighting a secret, almost hopeless war to protect the rest of us. But as you're about to see, this is anything but a fair fight.
I mean, just look at this breakdown. The power difference is staggering. Demons have superhuman strength, they can regenerate from pretty much any wound, you can only kill them with sunlight or a very special sword. Meanwhile, the Slayers, they're just human. They have mortal bodies, wounds heal slowly if at all, a lost limb is gone for good. So you have to ask, how does a human even begin to stand a chance against a monster like that? Well, that very question brings us to our hero, Tanjiro Kamado. After his family suffers an unthinkable tragedy, he tracks down a trainer named Urokodaki, a master swordsman who puts him through an absolutely brutal training regimen. The whole point is to forge a human body into a weapon that can actually kill a demon. And listen, this was no weekend retreat. The path to just qualify as a Slayer is a year and a half of nonstop daily punishment. His training starts, and 6 months in, we're reminded his sister Nezuko is still in a mysterious coma. It takes an entire year just to finish the basics, and only then does he get his final test. The level of endurance you'd need for this is just insane. So, to keep his sanity, Tanjiro starts keeping a journal. His first task is just running down a mountain filled with traps. At first, he gets caught in every single one. But as he gets stronger and his sense of smell gets sharper, Urokodaki just makes the traps more and more deadly. You can really feel the desperation in his own words here. And getting down the mountain, that's just the warm-up. After that, it's all about sword practice. He starts with 1,000 swings a day, but then Urokodaki demands 500 more. This isn't just about learning moves. It's about pushing his human body way past its limits, day after day after day. And the mental pressure is just as rough as the physical stuff. Urokodaki teaches him that a Slayer's sword is incredibly strong on its edge, but fragile on its flat sides. So one bad move, one wrong angle, and it'll snap. And the punishment for that? Well, let's just say Urokodaki makes himself crystal clear.
Okay, so we've got that the physical training is absolutely hellish, but that on its own still isn't enough to close the gap between a human and a demon. This is where the real secret of the Demon Slayers comes into play. It's a special technique, and it unlocks the hidden power inside the human body. It's called total concentration breathing, and it's the great equalizer. Basically, by maximizing your lung capacity and flooding your body with oxygen, a Slayer can temporarily boost their physical abilities to match a demon's. It helps them heal faster, keeps them calm, and gives them the raw power they need to actually fight back. Now, this isn't some kind of magic spell. It's a disciplined physical skill that has to be mastered through pure repetition. Urokodaki's instructions are super specific. Breathe deep, filling every cell with oxygen. Relax your upper body so you can move freely, but brace your lower body for stability. And Tanjiro gets smacked around again and again and again until he finally gets it right. So after a full year of this hell on earth, Urokodaki suddenly tells him, "I've taught you all I can." But of course, there's one last test. He takes Tanjiro to this massive boulder and gives him a simple and seemingly impossible order. If you can slice this boulder in half, I'll let you enter the final selection. And you can just imagine what's going through Tanjiro's head. He is exhausted, he has pushed himself to the absolute limit for a whole year, and now he's told to do something that feels like it breaks the laws of physics. His sword is gonna break, he's gonna fail. The doubt is just crushing. I mean, how can a steel blade cut through solid rock? For 6 more months, he tries. He hits that boulder with every single thing Urokodaki taught him. He focuses his form, uses the breathing techniques, but every single day, his blade doesn't even leave a scratch. That doubt becomes his reality, and you can just feel the frustration building. And this is it. This is his breaking point. After a year and a half of giving it his all, he's completely convinced that he's just not good enough. He's ready to quit. He's at the end of his rope, just screaming at his own failure. But right then, just as he's about to give up, someone appears. A boy with a fox mask,
who has no scent, something Tanjiro can't quite understand. This is Sabito, and his arrival kicks off the final and most important part of Tanjiro's training. Sabito is blunt. He tells Tanjiro that all he's done is learn the lessons in his head. He hasn't actually made them a part of his body. The knowledge is there, but as Sabito says, it hasn't been hammered into his flesh. He challenges Tanjiro to a duel and beats him without even trying.
Then, another mysterious person appears, a gentle girl named Makomo. So where Sabito gives him the harsh truth, Makomo provides the detailed corrections. She points out his bad habits, his wasted movements, and explains the real purpose of the breathing techniques. And then we learn that both of them were orphans raised by Urokodaki, just like Tanjiro.
When Tanjiro asks Makomo how he can get to their level, her answer just lays out the brutal reality of their world. There are no shortcuts. There's no secret trick. The only way forward is to train so hard that you are always on the verge of death. There's nothing else you can do.
And that's exactly what he does. For another 6 months, Tanjiro trains with them. He spars with Sabito every single day, and every single day, he loses. Until, one day, he challenges Sabito to one last duel. But this time, Sabito was holding a real sword. The stakes are finally real.
And in an instant, for the very first time, Tanjiro's blade is faster. It slices right through Sabito's mask, and in that exact same moment, his sword cuts clean through that giant boulder. He did it. After all that time, he actually did it. But when Tanjiro looks up, Sabito and Makomo are just gone. And then the truth hits. They were never really there. They were the spirits of Urokodaki's other students, kids who had died during the final selection. Their souls couldn't rest until one of their own was finally strong enough to survive what they couldn't. So you see, Tanjiro's success wasn't just his. It was built on the memory and the hopes of everyone who came before him and failed. He proved he could do the impossible, sure, but cutting a boulder is just the beginning. The real question is, can this one boy, forged in hell and guided by ghosts, actually be enough to turn the tide in this ancient war against demons?